Goon Squad on 1. 3, 2, 1.
Goon Squad.
Welcome in, everybody. Goon Squad here today, talking a little bit of fantasy football. We got our starts and our sits of the week for week 1, and we got Colin Holden reached out to us, a viewer of ours, and he wants us to grade his fantasy draft, so we're going to do that for him today. I'm Levi, I'm here with Gabe and Damien, so let's get into this. So Colin sent us his fantasy team. Unfortunately, the email wouldn't let us load his whole team up. We tried to reach out to him, couldn't get a hold of him. He's a busy guy, we understand. But it did let me see his first 6 picks, so we're just going to kind of grade his first 6 picks and then go from there. So first round, Aaron Jones. He was the 10th pick. He got Aaron Jones, the last pick in the first round. I feel like that's pretty good value there.
Yeah.
That was a good pick. He's a good offense, so very good pick there. Then he got Tyreek Hill, great pick. Yeah, number two ranked receiver.
For sure.
Awesome offense. And then in the third round, I got Mike Evans. Probably not the way we would have went, but his ADP is at the end of the third, so it wasn't a bad pick. Although Colin, don't be discouraged. Don't sell low on him because of that last game.
Yeah.
He's gonna have targets. Yeah, he's gonna be part of that offense. Don't be discouraged. It's gonna come around.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth round, he took Gibson, a personal favorite of mine. I thought that was a slam dunk pick.
Yeah, I love
and I'm
the
assuming
fourth
this is a 1 quarterback league because of the way I saw quarterbacks go in the first 6 rounds. But yeah, so to get Gibson in the fourth, that was a steal. Yeah, basically.
Huge.
So in the 5th round, he went and got his running back quarterback, Lamar, who's going to be amazing this year because of all the injuries to the running back room. Lamar gets such a bump this year.
QB1 and RB1.
Yeah,
Same thing. So,
And then he got Dave Montgomery in the 6th round, which is also a steal. So the running backs were just falling to him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
I think he did very good.
yeah, very
the
good.
running back room is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, the running back room's awesome, and then you have Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans to lead your receivers. You'll be just fine. And I'm assuming he probably went late on the tight ends if he watches the show a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good draft, Colin. That was a good
Thanks
job.
for reaching out, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the love and support, brother. All right, let's get into our starts of the week here. So we want to kind of give you guys the starts that you're probably on the bench to your flex, kind of in their range. We want to try to help you decide whether to start Jacoby Myers or Brandon Cooks or something like that. We're going to talk about that. These are not going to be superstar level guys. We don't want to do that. Obviously, the first 5 picks of your draft are going to be starting most likely.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do that lower level to mid-range guys to give you guys a little bit of fantasy input. So, all right, first on our QBs here, Jalen Hurts for our starts of the week, Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan. Any reason to think that we wouldn't start them or anything you guys want to say about them?
I like the defense that they play. It's just, I think Houston and Atlanta and Philadelphia are playing each other. It's just going to be complete shootout.
Yep.
And Kirk Cousins has all those weapons in Minnesota with the not so good Bengals defense.
Yep. I like it. I like all those matchups for them, and that's why we're starting them.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins has been a good quarterback the later half of the season each year, and hopefully that'll carry over. But I think it'll be a very good matchup for all of them. Our receivers, we got Corey Davis and Devontae Smith. I love Corey Davis this week. Jamison Crowder was just announced out. He's going to funnel. Zach Wilson's going to funnel Corey Davis with targets this week.
Yeah.
So I love him as a start. And Devontae Smith, we got from Damien. He's one of their starters.
Yeah, I like Devontae Smith. I don't really go high on rookie wide receivers right away, but there's not really too much in Philadelphia's wide receiver room, and he was a really high draft pick. So, I mean, you're going to definitely try and feed him the ball. They have a little bit of connection from Hurts and his Alabama days a little bit. Not too much because Smith was a freshman, I believe, at the time.
Devontae Smith's been getting
rave
reviews
he's
all over
getting
Twitter and everything,
crazy,
man. People are saying he's a
I
dog.
just hope the hype matches the production.
Yeah, let's hope. But everybody's
Go
saying he's a dog.
Jalen
So
Reagor.
yeah, our next receivers that Gabe kind of picked out, we got Brandon Cooks, Tyrell Williams, and Russell Gage.
I put Cooks in there for sure. I think he's unanimous number 1 down there.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Taylor, if you're looking anywhere, he's gonna look there.
Yeah.
And the options after that are slim.
Very
For
slim,
sure. I like Tyler Williams this whole year actually. I like him this week too. He's another unanimous number 1 down there.
Yeah.
They're so young.
They're going to get blown out by the 49ers.
And they're going to be down. Jared
Garbage
Goff's going to have
time.
to throw
Yeah,
it.
garbage time's going to be
And
awesome.
then Russell Gage is another big guy. I think all of us are agreeing on that. I think he's
Yeah.
going to step in the number 2 role this year.
Yeah.
I think with Calvin Ridley, he's going to get double teamed. He's going to be a perennial player.
Mhm.
I think Matt Ryan's going to be able to find Russell Gage open,
Yeah.
find a spot and sit down in 9-10 yards. I think it's going to be good for him.
Yeah, Devontae Smith, Russell Gage, that's part of that big matchup that Damien was talking about between Atlanta and
Philadelphia.
Yeah, thank you. Atlanta and Philly. So that's going to be a big scoring game. So obviously we're going to have starters in that game. It's a huge game. Next we got, Naheem Hines, Raheem Mostert, and James Robinson. I like Hines a lot this week because I like dump-off passes. Wentz hasn't practiced a lot. You know, he might be scared to hit those deep balls. There's not going to be a lot of connection.
Yeah.
There's going to be some connection issues, I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. I think Hines can be there for that little shallow stuff and have 4 or 5 catches, translate into 10 points. You know, somebody that's on your bench that you're worried about starting. I think he can be a solid flex play this week. Raheem Mostert is absolutely going to run rampant on this Detroit defense. They have the worst ranked defense in the league. They are going to run rampant. And if this is Raheem Mostert's only week to do it because he's going to get injured probably in the fourth quarter, then so be it. But you're going to get 20 points from him probably. So, and we also have James Robinson from Damien.
Yeah, I like James Robinson just because he's playing Houston's defense. That Houston's awful. There's nothing on either side of the ball, but they're just going to run the ball.
Also, I think it's their first week with a rookie quarterback. They're going to test the water.
Yeah.
I think James Robinson gets some profit share just from being there.
Yeah, he's going to have 15 to 20
He's gonna
carries.
get-
For sure.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon is also somebody I have who's probably on your bench slash flex radar. I know Javonte Williams is there, but Javonte Williams is not the lead back right now. It is Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is a very talented back. When he was with the Chargers, he was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying he's that level, but he's still a weekly flex guy. He's going to get you 10 to 15 touches. There's going to be fantasy production there.
Yeah.
Don't discount him yet. Now, later in the season, it might change, but we're not there yet. So I definitely think Melvin Gordon is worth a flex start this week. Damien also has Dog Davis in here.
Yeah, Mike Davis, which is our goon. He's gonna, like I said, Philadelphia. He's playing Philadelphia. He's gonna run rampant. He's gonna get so much PPR production. You know.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of catches there for him, for sure.
Yeah, I think he has more value catching the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, front four for Philly isn't nothing to be slight about. We do have Fletcher Cox now, but for sure, he's definitely a start.
Yeah. Our tight ends for the week here, we got Austin Hooper and Tyler Higbee.
I like Austin Hooper this week. I know the Chiefs last year were the 8th ranked in allowing fantasy points, and 8 out of 32, that's pretty good. They're giving it up pretty easy there. And I think after a down year, I think he's going to rebound. I think Baker early on, you want to play smart against Kansas City because you know as soon as you do one screw up, they're up 2 touchdowns. When Chiefs get up 2 touchdowns, well, that's about it.
And the Chiefs are like 5-0 or 6-0 in home openers since Patrick Mahomes has taken over, and they always start out the gate hot.
Yeah.
So this game is going to probably be a high-scoring game, so they're going to have to keep up. And I think OBJ is trending out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Also, I believe Kansas City only allowed about 25.5 points per game to all the fantasy wide receivers last year. So
I do like
Hooper's a good sleeper here. I like Tyler Higbee a lot this week too. Matthew Stafford, that new offense. Look at what T.J. Hawkinson was. You know, it's a nice tight end. If you didn't draft a high tight end, this is your late guy. It's a good start this week. There's a nice floor for him. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking through your tight ends. But that was our starts of the week, guys. We'll post that on Facebook too. Don't worry. We'll type it up and post it for you guys. We're going to get to our sits now. For our quarterbacks, our who headline our sits, we got Ben against that Buffalo Bills secondary, who they always have one of the best secondaries with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Yeah, Tre'Davious White. I mean, I just don't like it this week for Ben. Then we have Andy Dalton facing that Rams defense. You got Aaron Donald and those other guys on the Rams front who are just good.
Let's not forget about Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, and Jalen Ramsey. So we're just going to fade Andy Dalton this week. Excuse me.
Which could be his last week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, man. They're throwing him out the wolves.
And you know we're going to fade Danny Dimes. We do not like him. We're always going to fade him. Just a reminder for you guys out there. Damien's going to talk a little bit about fading Mac Jones this week too.
Yeah, I like Mac Jones. Later in the year, not right away. I think Miami has a good defense, so I think they're gonna show him some different things where he's not gonna be able to pick up yet on. But he, excuse me, I just don't like this because I don't know what he has to offer right now. I don't know what the target situation is gonna be like for his wide receivers or anything like that. I don't see him being very fantasy relevant this week.
I think in a 2 QB league, though, he's still probably startable in our Superflex league. I'd probably start him over some of the tougher matchup guys like Andy Dalton and Ben, obviously. If you're like in that range of that's your quarterbacks, I'd start Mac still. But I just don't think he's going to have that ceiling of what he normally would.
Yeah.
And so, excuse me, sorry. Let's get into our receivers here. We got Darnell Mooney and Jacoby Myers. I don't like Darnell Mooney this week because of the defense that he's playing. Allen Robinson's the vacuum target in that offense, and they're going to be under pressure a lot. They're probably going to try to run a lot with David Montgomery. He's just not on my start week. He is a sleeper for us, but
this isn't a very good week.
Yeah, this is not a good week to start him. We're also fading Kenny Golladay. We don't like that Giants offense as a whole, so obviously we're not going to tell you to start Golladay. This is a tough matchup. Excuse me. We don't like Danny Dimes, so we're not going to advise you to start Kenny Golladay this week. So that's what I meant to say. Gabe's going to talk a bit about Jamar Chase.
I'm fading Jamar Chase this week. I'm not sure how long it'll last. He's still having the confidence issue. And I believe if you're coming out the gate with the Bengals playing the Vikings, I think Joe Burrow's going to look over to Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins before. I know they have a connection from college, but with his issues and drops, I feel
I
like
don't like it.
just the Bengals, they need to start playing well.
And no
So I
white
think-
stripes on the football.
Yeah, I think you need to look.
Yeah. I'm fading all the rookie receivers until I see how they do. I know Damian kind of talked about Devontae Smith,
Yeah, I like
but
that.
I'll fade all the rookie receivers until like week 4 until I see what they're doing.
Yeah, 'cause
But that's just my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
You know, I completely understand that it's a high scoring game and Damian wants to start Devontae, but I'll fade all the rookie receivers. Damian, you want to talk a little bit about why you're sitting Jacoby Myers?
I just, like I said about Mac Jones, I don't know what's going to happen in that offense yet. I don't know if he's going to be a reliable target. I think the tight ends might be more of, I know there are busts this year, but I think week 1 for Mac Jones, he's just going to look for a huge target. And I think Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith are just going to be sitting right there for him, like, hey, like, I'm your safety blanket, throw it to me. So it's not, I'll see the wide receivers being too much in New England week 1.
Gabe, anything to say on that at all?
I'm partial. I think I'd start Jacoby Myers if I was in a deeper league. If you're looking for a flex play, they said he got a lot of rapport with Mac Jones, and they said he's playing with number 1 down there. I think he picks up where he left off last year. I think last year in the final stretch, he was one of the top wide receivers in
Yeah, he was
college.
pretty good.
He was
Final
seeing
stretch,
8 to 10 targets a game.
But for a rookie quarterback first game in NFL,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's too.
You can go both ways with this.
Yeah,
I think.
you can go
You
either
can
way.
look- yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our sits of the week for our running backs. We're sitting Javonte Williams. We said we're going to start Melvin Gordon. Don't like the rookie running back. He's second in that rotation. Excuse me. They do play the Giants, who are a sneaky good defense. I will say they have a couple pieces: Leonard Williams, Blake Martinez. So they're not a bad defense. But until we find out Javonte Williams' actual workload, we're going to fade him this week, and we do like Melvin Gordon. So we're also going to fade the Houston running back room. That's a mess.
Yeah, I think that's
Between all 4 of those running backs.
there's too many heads in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, and I wouldn't. touch
Yep,
that.
and then the same problem goes for the Jets running back room. We're fading that this week.
way too
It's a
many
mess.
heads.
Yeah, they got way too many heads. We don't know how the share is going to run out. So just let it go. I have Saquon Barkley in the league, and I'm not starting him this week. I'm worried about how much he's going to play. I'm worried
If he
about
plays,
if he plays.
There's a
That's my
chance
other
that
worry.
someone rest him.
Right. So I know it's hard to sit Saquon. He's your first or second round pick, but sit him this week. See what happens. He's going to come back next week if he doesn't play this week. He's right there about to play. I know it's hard to sit him, but you got to sit him this week, in my opinion. So I sat him for Gus Edwards, but Gus Edwards tore his ACL, so now I'm sitting him for Tyson Williams. But like you see, I want the production. I want the volume rather than the talent of Saquon only getting 10 touches compared to Tyson Williams getting 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Who would you pick up though? And like, would you start Devontae Booker though? What do you think?
That's tough. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I roster him in a lot of leagues only because he's a good handcuff.
Yeah.
Saquon has been injury prone. I don't know if I start him. I feel like you have to be.
You have to wait.
You have to have. It's pretty deep if you have to rely on him to start. I
Yeah,
feel like-
I'd almost
I feel
rather
like those other
start
flex options.
Jamal Williams or Naheem Hines at that point,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
Sony Michel. I'm not saying Sony Michel's going to get a lot, but I think it's probably more than what
Yeah,
some of them
for
guys
sure.
can
Yeah,
do.
just throwing a name out there.
Yeah,
see what
for
you
sure.
thought.
No, I understand. Excuse me. Tyler Conklin and Jared Cook. Damien, anything to say about Conklin or Cook?
I don't like Conklin at all. Actually, ever since we've had him, we didn't use him as a receiving tight end at all.
Yeah, he's been a blocker.
All he does is block. You know.
They
so-
did bring in Chris Herndon too.
Yeah, they did.
So,
I still wouldn't start either one of them.
yeah,
They're
I'd fade
complete sits. I would even sit if Irv Smith was healthy. I even sit Irv Smith just because Kirk Cousins uses tight ends in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Thielen is the tight end touchdown target in that
Yeah.
offense
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah,
and
versus that
especially
guy.
since the tight end isn't like a valuable thing right now for them till probably Herndon gets acclimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would start.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then Jared Cook, we have as a fade. The tight end room and Chargers is like kind of
Jared
messy.
Cook and I think Donald Fromm.
Yeah,
Dude, Donald
Parham.
Fromm
He's a big
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
but he's
He's
really
moving up.
he's an
They're talking a
experienced.
lot about
So-
him.
But
so.
if you do have Jared Cook because you went great or late and he was one of your sleepers,
Yeah.
we'd sit him this week. Probably not the best start.
Yeah, Washington has that
Yeah,
defense.
Washington. Yeah, that
Washington's
defense is.
defense is-
Yeah, it's probably gonna be top 5
Yeah.
for sure. So. All right, guys, that was our starts and sits. We hope you enjoy it. Thanks again for tuning in today. We appreciate all your love and support on Facebook. Please comment. Any other questions you have. Tomorrow we'll be around. We'll obviously help you all with any of your questions. We love talking to you guys, so we do really appreciate it.
For sure.
As always, thank you guys again,
Thank
and catch us on Facebook or Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you.